Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. I hope you're all okay and that you're ready to do some baking with me. Today we're going to make some yummy flapjacks. So it's our sweet treat week. Now there's always a twist with Mrs. Hudson's cooking, and today our twist is carrots. So we're going to put some carrots into our flapjacks. Now these are slightly healthier than normal because we're putting carrots into our flapjacks. It will release some natural sugar, so we're going to put a lot less sugar in than you'd normally use for a flapjack recipe. However, they are still fairly high in fat, so if you can use a low fat spread, that would be better from the calories point of view. So they are slightly healthier, so it fits in lovely with our children's rights of Article 24, meaning that children have a right to a healthy lifestyle. So, are you ready? Let's see what we need, shall we? So, the first thing for flapjacks you'll need is 300 grams of oats. These are just porridge oats, any oats. Then you'll need 50 grams of light brown sugar. You'll need 200 grams of butter, and as I said, if you've got a low fat spread, that'll be even better because it will be less calories. You need 100 grams of golden syrup. Just trying to see which way around my golden syrup goes, that way. So 100 grams of golden syrup. You'll need 2 carrots. And I'm also going to put some dates into my flapjack. You don't have to, you could add something like raisins or apricots, and I'm going to use 100 grams. And then the other thing I'm going to pop in is a little bit of cinnamon. Now I'm not so keen on cinnamon, so I'm only just going to put a little bit in to give it some flavour. So, have you all washed your hands? I hope you have and that you are ready to cook. So here we go, here's your first instruction. So the first thing you need to do is weigh out your sugar. So I've weighed my sugar out already into my bowls. That was 50 grams of brown sugar. And we're going to pop it into a large saucepan. The next thing we're going to do is measure out our butter, which I have already done here. There we go. And I'm going to place that into my saucepan too. So in the saucepan so far, I have got my butter and my sugar. Now I'm going to pop my saucepan on my scales, and I'm going to zoom down so you can see into my pan. There we go, let's move it back a little bit. There we go. So now into my pan, on my scales, I'm going to measure out 100 grams of golden syrup. Here we go. As I say, this is fairly high in sugar and butter, so it is a sweet treat. Oh, look at that. Lovely. There we go. So can you see that? All in the pan, ready to be melted. So, what you need to do now is actually take that to the stove, and you need to melt that together. So all the sugar has dissolved and it's nice and hot and bubbly, and all the butter has melted. So make sure you have an adult to help you because it will get very, very hot. So I'm going to go away and do that now, and I will be back in a moment when that's all melted. So all my butter and my golden syrup and my sugar has now melted. I've got it on the work surface in front of me. Let me see if I can show you. Here we go. Hopefully you can see into my pan. It's now all liquid in my pan. The next thing we need to do, now that's all melted, is just pop that to the side for a moment, and we are going to peel our carrots. So carrots in our flapjack, it'll make it lovely and moist and nice and sweet. Carrots are sweet. So remember, when you're peeling your carrots, you peel away from you and away from you. Away, away, away. There we go. So that's one of them peeled. This one's a funny shape, isn't it? Look. Peel it away from you. I'm holding it up in the air so you can see, but you'll do it down on your work surface. There we go. So peel your carrots, and then we need to grate the carrots. So if you've got a grater, this might be a new skill for you. So I'm going to angle the camera down in a moment so you can see how we grate and make sure your fingers stay nice and safe. So let me get the camera in the right angle for you and get my grater. Here we go. So here's the grater, and I'm going to use this side here. So it's not too thick, but it's not the really thin one. Here's the really thin one here, look. So it's just the normal grate. Now, the bits going down are your little blades, so they're the sharp bits that you need to be careful of. So I'm going to try and do it so you can see. So you hold your carrot at the end and you slice down like this. Keep your fingers well away from those blades. There we go. So just keep going, and all the carrots going into the inside of my grater. Now obviously the carrot will get smaller and smaller, so you need to keep your fingers really safe. When you get down to the last little bit, I'd just leave that, otherwise you'll hurt your fingers. And then you start with the next one and grate it. Grate, 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 grate. Doesn't it make a lovely sound? Look at the colour of these carrots as well, they're bright orange. There we go, grate, 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 grate. Keep those fingers really safe. It's getting down a little bit too close, maybe you can turn the carrot round. And I think that's probably about it, so I'm going to leave that bit. I might eat that bit in a minute. So let me empty out all this carrot. There you go, you can see all that lovely carrot. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to empty it all together. So let's bring my bowl back, or my pan back, that's got all that lovely melted syrup and sugar in it. And then you're going to add 300 grams of oats. So just pop it in, tip it all in. You're going to add your carrot, so your grated carrot. Pop it in. And then I said I was going to put some dates in mine. So here's my dates. So we've got 100 grams of dates, they're going in. And then I said I'd pop a little bit of cinnamon in. Now the recipe says to put 1 teaspoon in, but I'm just literally going to put a little dash in mine just to give it a little bit of flavour. And then all you need to do is stir it all together. When I've stirred it together, I will show you. So you need to stir it all together to make sure all of that lovely sticky mixture goes all over your oats, and that the carrots and the dates and the cinnamon is equally spread through your flapjack. There we go. So hopefully, there we go. Oh, it's quite heavy now. Hopefully you can see that mixture. Okay, so the last thing you need to do is get yourself a tin. Pop some baking parchment in the bottom and then just a little bit of butter around the edge so that the flapjack doesn't stick. And you're going to empty your mixture out of your pan into your baking tin. You will need to have heated your oven up. Now if you've got a fan oven, it needs to be on 140 degrees C. And if you've got a non-fan oven, then you need to have it on 160. And what you do is you spread your flapjack out in your tin and you pat it down. I'm going to show you in a minute. Pat it down nice and tightly so it's all evenly spread out on your tin, and then it's ready to go in the oven. So there you go, there's your flapjack ready to go in the oven. You then need to bake this for approximately 40 to 45 minutes. And when it comes out, it'll be all sticky and gooey. So you need to leave it to cool down before you slice it up, unless you like to eat it all gooey and sticky. I prefer mine nice and crunchy. So Pop it in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes and then I'll show you what the final result looks like. See you in a minute. Welcome back. I hope your flapjacks have cooked. Mine have, and they smell absolutely delicious. So let me show you. I'm going to put my oven glove on because they're still really hot. Here we go. Yum! Nice and golden brown. And they're sizzling still. They're still going. So what you need to do now is you need to wait for them to cool down because they'll harden up as they cool down. So give them probably about half an hour before you tuck into them, and then you can slice them up. They should make about 16 slices, unless you have really big slices, but I suggest 16 slices. These are great for your lunchbox. So if you do have packed lunches at school, when we can go back to school, then these would be great to pop in your lunchbox. And as I say, a slightly healthier alternative to the normal flapjacks. They've got a lot less sugar in them. So healthy option for your flapjack. I hope you enjoyed the cooking show today, and we'll be back next week for some more. Take care everyone. Bye.